Welcome to Mustang News. In 3, 2, and 1.
Good Friday, and I am Tanner.
And I am Nate. Welcome to Mustang TV.
We hope that your Tuesday ride will find you rested and ready to go for a short week this week.
I don't know, Tanner. Sometimes those shorter weeks feel like a normal week, but I don't mind the day off to sleep in and play some video games and hang out.
Wow, that sounds like a great way to spend a Monday.
Sure was. I enjoyed my breakfast in my PJs and watched a little TV until my sister decided she owned the remote.
Those sisters, they really know how to push our buttons, don't they?
Yes they do. Tanner, we had Monday off because we're honoring a special man. Do you know who this was?
Was it Mr. DeGeese?
No, and I'm pretty sure that won't get you any extra credit points on math, but nice try.
Had to give it a shot, I guess.
The person we honored on Monday, January 21st, was Martin Luther King Jr. He was a civil rights leader in the 1950s and 1960s. Great strides were met with his work with the NAACP in helping make all races equal.
Wow, he sounds like an important man, especially when he uses words to describe him. NAACP, what does that even mean anyway?
NAACP stands for National Associations for Advancement of Colored People. He is also the man who gave the forever remembered I Have a Dream speech.
Oh yes, I've heard that speech. Doesn't it go something like this? I have a dream that someday, jeepers, I can't seem to remember what is said exactly. Do you think we might have a clip for our viewers to see such a movie and important speech?
Looks like it. The producers say they have one they can share. It will just take a minute or two.
Perfect. While we wait, I think about those great strides that have been made in our country, and I realize that behind each of those moments, there stands people who gave a mission or a goal to make this world a better place.
Well, keep in mind, Tanner, that these people pay a price too. Even though they are honored, there is a price that is paid.
What do you mean?
Well, just because Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. felt that his cause was so important doesn't mean that other people shared that same thought. It made him a very public figure where everything he said and did was put under a microscope. Not everyone agreed with what he was doing, just like we don't always agree with what others are doing around us. Some people become very passionate on both sides of the issue. In fact, he was assassinated because of his role in establishing equal rights for all people.
Wow, that is so very sad, but what a legacy he leaves behind. Today we celebrate what we stood for and what he accomplished. Today we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
On that note, we would like to take a moment to honor him with a part of his I Have a Dream speech.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. That one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together.
Although that was not the entire speech, we hope that you got a good idea of the passion and focus of King Jr. and to fight for equal rights for all people.
Yes, what a great speech. Last week, we asked our viewers to write and submit an essay for our news program about how they would try to overcome a problem they see in our world today. Our winners are
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. essay winners is Brody A. in 1C. He would like to see us get rid of the bad guys and show fairness. Mackenzie J. was the second place winner in 4C on bullying, and Logan C. in 4C wants to end poverty. Tate R., first place winner, was on the topic of gun control, where Chantel in 6C, second place winner, was to end bullying.
Congratulations and thank you for all your submissions. We have some pretty good problem solvers in our school. Great job, everyone.
Nathan, I am sure glad we are able to take a day to honor people who have accomplished great things in our world. Although our accomplishments are not going to be written down in textbooks or found on the internet, we do have some pretty amazing things here at Tri-Valley.
Wait. You mean I'm not going down in a textbook? It's a good thing you told me now. I was really working hard to be one of those people to remember. Seriously, you should have seen my last artwork. I was totally going to be the next Michelangelo, and I'm not talking about the Ninja Turtle. Hey, wait, that could be a really cool gig to do.
Yep, I could totally see you as a Michelangelo, but I hate to tell you, it isn't because of your artwork. Dude, I am in your class, and stick people are not going to cut it.
So you're saying I could be the Ninja Turtle?
Hey man, I'm not here to crush your dreams, just report the news.
Awesome. Here I come, Ninja Turtles. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Okay, back to what everyone else is doing around the school to show off some of their talents. Tom, I hear you have some news footage for us.
Thanks, Tanner and Nathan. And honestly, you might want to just work on the art stick figures, my friend. But on to what we have happening in Mustang Country. We have 3 classes here to share some fun events and opportunities that took place in their classroom this past week. First, we have Mrs. Sershin's science class.
This is Haley from 5B. We have been extremely busy learning all about the planets in science this month. We have read about them, researched them, and also made mobiles about them. Each group got a planet to research and create a poster of it. We presented the poster to the class as the expert of that planet. They also created planet mobiles with all the information that they learned about in the presentations.
Wow, that is a great way to learn about the solar system and the planets. Then you can't expect anything less than a good time learning your spelling words in Mr. Hausman's class. Check out how they make spelling fun.
My name's Allison, and I'm in Mr. Hausman's class. For our spelling bee, he asked us a word, and if we spell it right, he gives us the ball, and we have to try to throw it at a target. If you get it on the outside, you get 1. If you get it in the middle, you get 5. And if you get it in the way middle, you get, I think, 10. And if you don't spell it right, you will have to go to the end of the line, and someone else will go. There's 2 lines, and he will make up 2 names for each line, and whoever gets to the number he wants first will win. And so at the end, when our time is up, whoever is going, he'll say, he will pick out an object, and if you hit it, you will win the game if you are behind.
Good heavens! They have some serious armor on those 3rd graders. Lastly, we have some Spanish and literature activities taking place in Mrs. Ebert's 6th grade classroom. Let's see what they learned this past week.
English, it makes different sounds. We have the A sound and the long A sound, but in Spanish it's always ah. So I want some volunteers here to pronounce my Spanish words here using that ah sound all the way through. All right, Jacob, read the first word for me. Banana. Banana. Very good. Everyone say that for me. Banana. Banana. All right, Will, read the second word. Pawpaw. All right, papa. Everyone
After the sixth graders read the story Juan Verdades, Mrs. Olson came in to teach them about the story of Juan Verdades, the Spanish language, and their heritage. Mrs. Olson taught them about all the vowel sounds and how the double L makes the Y sound. She also taught them that Juan Verdades means truth. Verdades means truth, so Juan Truth. They even did posters with their last names as well as interests they have and researched the names of them in the Spanish language. The next week we read the Charamilla song, which is a Guatemalan legend. The charamilla is a flute-like instrument, which is very important to the children of Guatemala. The children also have little dolls called worry dolls, which they put under their pillows at night to take away their worries. We were able to create these and make these in our class as well. This is what 6A learned about the Spanish heritage.
Wow, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? For all I know, I am ordering a pink tutu from Spain for my Uncle George. Although I am sure he would appreciate it, I am not so sure his kids would. Those second languages could really get me into trouble. Well, Tanner and Nathan, that looks like that is all we have as a recap from last week. Thanks for your contributions. We appreciate seeing what you are doing in your room. Big or small, we know you are doing great things, and we would love to see them, share them, and enjoy them.
Thanks, Tom. Those are some great reports on the happening here at Tri-Valley. I love to see all the cool things happening at our school.
Cool, for sure. How are the activities we have been doing are not the only cool things here happening in our area?
I think you mean cold, not cool. Our weather has been rather cold lately. I am glad to see we have all survived Monday weather. Let's see what Tom has to say about this weekend's weather.
This week has its ups and downs, mainly hitting the teens. In my book, that is one cold week. The weekend looks like it might make a turn in the right direction, back up on the temperature scale with marks in the 30s. Considering it is January in South Dakota, we are pretty lucky that our cold week lasted for just that, 1 week. Although the 30s may feel like a heat wave, remember, 30 is still below freezing. Keep your hats and coats on at recess.
It definitely has been a cold week. I'm sure looking forward to the warmer temps.
Yeah, me too. Sure, I do like being able to go outside and play without worry that I might get frostbite.
Well, Tanner, I think we have had quite a great broadcast today, honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., celebrating the works of some of our classmates and checking out what our weekend has in store.
Oh, and making your mark as a Ninja Turtle.
Well, yeah, that too. Don't underestimate my possibilities. But anyways, I believe that that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us today on Mustang News. I am Nathan.
And I am Terrence, signing off.
See you next time
on Mustang News.